Greetings, everybody. Maximus here. Well, it's 4th of July weekend. Not much going on. Everybody's on vacation or going on vacation. Bombs are going to be bursting in air and all that stuff. And, well, I came across this story and I thought about doing a video for it, but frankly, I just don't feel like it. So I'm going to do one even better. The story is about a special forces group during the Cold War known as the Green Light Teams. They were trained to parachute into enemy territory with Special Atomic Demolition Munitions strapped to them. So they jumped out of planes with parachutes carrying atomic bombs. So I thought that was cool, especially fitting for July 4th. So I was going to make a whole video on it, but then I found out that the U.S. military already did. So I thought, what the hell? I'll let you guys watch the real thing. Like I said, there's not much going on, and quite frankly, I don't feel much like working this week, but I will. Anyway, I thought the story was pretty cool, and I thought I'd share it with you, so enjoy.
This film shows the preparation, transport, delivery, and emplacement of the SADM in typical parachute missions by swimmers. Once released, the SADM falls to the end of a 17-foot lowering line, attached to the jumper's parachute harness. Separating the munition from the jumper decreases the impact shock on the jumper at water entry. Keeping the munition attached to the parachute prevents free fall of the munition, and prevents the jumper from losing the munition in night missions or heavy seas. The strap end of the lowering line is passed through the apex of the harness and a metal ring on the underwater pressure case. Once secured, the line is coiled in a figure 8 or S coil and placed in a breakaway bag. The bag is closed with nylon thread or a heavy rubber band. Next, a cloth cover is placed over the flat end of the munition. This end of the munition has several projections, including the arming mechanism, which might injure the parachutist or snag parachute shroud lines if not covered. The strap end of the lowering line is temporarily tied to the cloth cover to keep the lowering line from being pulled out of the breakaway bag during handling. The SADM flotation bag is similar in appearance to an air mattress. While airborne and during the first part of the jump, the flotation bag cushions the parachutist and protects him from injury. To keep the munition from swinging away from the jumper, a strap from the flotation bag is attached to either the right or left leg of the jumper with a quick-release fold. The parachutist releases this strap in the air just before he drops the munition to the end of the lowering line. The cloth cover on the aft end of the munition is also tied to the flotation bag to keep the cover from being lost in midair. Inflation is simple, and the flotation bag has ample buoyancy to keep the SADM afloat while the jumper gets out of his parachute and puts his scuba gear into operation. Preparing the swimmer for a SADM jump mission is as simple as preparing the munition. First, the swimmer puts on all or part of a wetsuit. Next, he puts on a standard Navy life jacket. The tethering strap from the SADM lowering line is fastened to this waistband. The tethering strap keeps the munition joined to the swimmer after he removes the parachute harness and his lowering line strap. The swimmer's weight belt goes on over the waistband. Scuba gear goes on next. A variety of scuba equipment is compatible with this type of delivery. Standard or steerable T-10 military parachutes are used, but the harness backstraps are usually lengthened to get the parachute on over the scuba tanks. Next, the SADM suspension fittings are attached to the D-rings on the parachute harness. The strap end of the lowering line is passed beneath the right main lift web of the parachute harness and then secured in the buckle. Fastening the lowering line here takes much of the shock off the jumper when the SADM is dropped to the end of the lowering line. The T-7A reserve parachute is attached to D-rings on the SADM suspension fittings. Mounting the reserve chute separately from the munition allows the parachutist to release one side of the reserve parachute in the air, permitting free access to the quick-release box on the parachute harness. The scuba mouthpiece is attached to the parachute harness in a position easily reached by the jumper once he is in the water. Engineering development tests on the SADM Parachutist Swimmer Delivery System were conducted jointly by the United States Navy and Sandia Laboratory. UDT and SEAL team members jumped from several Navy aircraft to evaluate their suitability as carriers for SADM jumpers. Each aircraft presented different problems for the parachutist in terms of body position and the sequence he had to follow to make a safe exit. Tests were made from the CH-46A Sea Knight helicopter, with 2 parachutists participating in each jump. One carried the SADM, the second was the safety man. The Navy's P-5 aircraft presented a rather unusual problem. Not only is the exit door very small, but the bottom of the door is considerably above the aircraft deck. The problem was solved by building a wooden platform from which the jumpers could make an easy exit. Jump tests were also made from the Marine C-130 cargo aircraft. And from the SH-3A Navy helicopter. After exit from the aircraft, all jump missions into water follow the same sequence. Once the parachute stabilizes, the jumper releases one side of his reserve parachute. Then he releases the leg strap. He actuates the single-point quick-release mechanism, and the SADM falls to the end of the lowering line. The jumper positions the quick-release box on the parachute harness so that a single blow will open it. Once in the water, the 2 members of the jump team remove and sink their parachutes and parachute harness. Using the lowering line as a tow line, the demolition team then swims to the target. At the target, the tow line is used to secure the SADM to an anchoring point. The time delay between arming and detonation, preset during preparation of the munition, allows the swimmers time to make a safe escape. After turning the external arming mechanism, which starts timer rundown, the swimmers move out. they rendezvous with a sub, or swim out of the area and are picked up by high-speed surface craft. Behind them, they leave the armed SADM.
The B-54 Mod 1 or Mod 2 bomb is a atomic-controlled nuclear weapon used as a special atomic demolition munition. It is designed for deployment in a variety of locations, and emplacement can be underground, on the surface, or underwater. An incident or accident requiring explosive ordnance disposal of the B-54 bomb may occur not only at an emplacement site, but also in storage or while in transit. To protect the munition en route to the emplacement site, it may be strapped or fastened to the carrying craft. It may be enclosed in a cloth bag with foam cushioning to protect during hand carriage. The bomb may be enclosed in special containers or equipment required for parachutist delivery or underground and underwater emplacement. The special equipment may be found with the bomb in storage, shipment, or deployment. For parachutist delivery over land, the bomb, in the cloth bag, is installed in a parachutist container. The shipping and storage configuration is completed by installing the parachutist container, bomb included, in this container. If the bomb is to be emplaced under 25 to 100 feet of earth, or 50 to 200 feet of water, the bomb is protected by an underwater pressure-resistant case. The underwater pressure case, the bomb installed, is shipped and stored in this drum-type container. A harness assembly is available, which can be installed on the underwater pressure case for parachutist delivery into water. The B-54 bomb is 18 inches long, 12 inches in diameter, and weighs approximately 58 pounds. It is produced in two different yields. External parts of the bomb consist of a front case section, rear case section, and a lock-secured cover. Removal of the lock-secured cover permits access to the fusing and firing components. The timer is settable in 5-minute increments over a range of 5 minutes to 12 hours on a Mod 1 bomb, or 24 hours on a Mod 2. The time setting in hours or minutes appears in readout windows. The timer is started by turning the arm safe control to arm. This disengages the time-setting knob. The timer may be stopped by depressing the arm safe control or by turning the safing screw. The following components consist of an electric detonator, a ferroelectric transducer, and a plane wave explosive generator. The plane wave explosive generator contains a shaped explosive charge, which must be installed in the arm well if the bomb is to be capable of operating. It is normally stored in the safe well. The bomb is armed by setting the desired time delay inserting the plane wave explosive generator in the arm well, and turning the arm safe control to the arm position.
So how about that, right? Who stayed till the end? Who's watching? Who stuck it out? Let me know down below. And if I don't see you before then, have a very happy and safe 4th of July in the US. And the rest of the world, I don't know what holiday you're having, but you be safe too. As always, this is Maximus.